Here with Seymour head coach Scott Branton as the Eagles get ready for the 2022 season here at KFOA Media Day. So, Coach, coming off of the 6-5 year last season, really successful for you guys, getting back to the playoffs. What's the excitement level of the program right now?
The excitement level is really high. Last year, senior group did a really nice job of investing in the program and bringing it back and putting it back on the map, so to speak. And this spring we saw some kids come out that never played football before, and that carried over into the summer. We picked up a few more kids, and then just recently we had our youth camp, and we had 110 campers, which is an extremely high number of kids. We normally float around the 50 to 60 kids, and we had 110 this year. So the excitement about football is really high right now in the Seymour community.
So what would you attribute last season's jump in win total and the success? Were there a couple things you would point to the most?
Yeah, like I said, we had a really special senior class last year. I think we graduated 23 kids. I think we had 7 kids signed to play college football for next year. But it was just a really special class. They'd been there through the highs and the lows. The first year we take over, we go 5-5 in a really tough 5A region. And then the next year, the COVID year, so everything was off that year. And then we moved down to 4A, and we're in a really tough region there too as well. Those guys, like I said, they'd seen some good times, they'd seen some bad times, and they knew what it took to get back to the good times, and they invested in each other in the program, and they were very resilient through some different things. We faced some injuries last year, but they just kept playing, and like I said, a lot of it would go back to that senior group.
You brought Braylon Oliver with you. Tell us a little bit about what you expect from him this season.
Expect a lot out of Braylon. Braylon's obviously a good football player, but he's also just a really special kid. He's a great kid. He's got a lot of interest from schools. We've had schools from the FCS level down to Division II, somewhere in that level call about him. And he's got a lot of potential. Was off to a great start last year and had a little bit of setback with an injury. But he's worked really hard to get back to that game speed, and we're starting to see him come back to just about full ability now.
What will be a couple of keys for you, maybe some areas that you think maybe are a little to be determined right now as you prepare for the season and position groups that you think will be key to giving you guys the kind of success that you want to have this season?
Well, there's a lot to be determined right now.
Right.
Like I said, we graduated 23 kids last year.
Right.
We're only returning 2 starters on offense and 3 on defense. So We've lost a lot of experience. We've got about 80 kids on the roster right now, which is, like I said, the excitement is high. We've only got a little over 900 kids in our school right now, so to have 80 kids on the football team is great. But out of those 80, I think we've only got 10 or 11 seniors. So we're an extremely young football team. So we still have a lot to prove and a lot to be determined.
Coach, best of luck this year. Really appreciate it. Great to talk to you.
Thanks for having us out here today.
All right, that is Seymour head coach Scott Branton.